Hey, 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 goodbye. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Hey, hey,
That boys are fun.
It's about time.
It's about time. Listen, it's no way in this world after this week that Brett Brown survives this. It's no way. It's no way. I think we was on the grants. I think Tim was the only one who thought they might get one game.
Who knew?
Listen, I knew. I knew. I was convinced that it was going to be a wrap. I was convinced when the coaching was suspect. I was convinced Boston had acquired more talent than we had, especially with Ben being down. But even with that the case, Ben may have got us a game, maybe one game. We were still going to lose the series.
But listen, keep in mind though, this was a tight game until Neto was added to the lineup in the third quarter.
That's
I think
true.
he came in. It was like a three-point game. Boston was up 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brett Brown again decides that Neto would be the best player to come in at that particular time. And then he brought him in.
It was a combination. I think, the boy Harris getting hurt too. That was an ugly for him. I'm glad he was already back. But it was a combination because he was actually playing very well. He had his best game of the series by far. He ended up with 20 points and was going a significant, a couple minutes. He played 35 total minutes, but
he did have his best series.
Yeah, but he was hitting. He was playing smart basketball. But it's clear. Listen, it's clear to me. It was one play in this game. It was one play in this game that told me everything I needed to know about Brett. One play. And if y'all remember this play, right? This is what we've been talking about. Remember we were talking about the team not playing smart, the coaching not being there. Remember the fast break when Thibault and Jay Rich on the fast break. Y'all remember that? Yeah. And Thibault passed to Jay Rich. Jay Rich passed back to Thibault. Thibault had no clue what to do with the ball. He was actually starting to fade back. And they ended up calling a foul. I kind of bailed Thibault out because they called a foul on Jay Rich. But he was starting to fade back. He didn't even know what to do with the ball. It's no way you can't tell me these should be drills that's ran in practice and everybody knows their lane. Everybody know what to do. But this goes back to coaching. It goes back to the way we used to see Covington play. Remember, Covington never knew how to finish at the rim properly. So you can't tell me that this is anybody's fault. Forget the Elton Brand talk. We're going to get into all that. But Brett Brown has to go. Bye-bye.
This is the Brexit.
Okay, wait a minute. Before we go any further.
we popping bottles for Brett.
This is iced tea. This is Tang. This is coffee in here, right here. This is coffee.
So we popping bottles for Brett.
I could care less about this game. The series is already over. Honestly, though, this game, I will get this. I love the way that they balled out. Like even with Toby coming back up in the game, you know what I'm saying, after getting banged up, like he's sitting on the side, like I gotta get back in there. B to me was trying to. He still got to get in better shape, but B was trying.
He does,
and everything else.
He said,
go ahead. What was you saying?
I was agreeing with Wayne. I was going to add on to that. This game showed me a couple of things. Some people that I want to take into next year. Starting with Shake. Shake showed me a little something this series. Remember he started off bad with the that was a regular season with him and B got into it.
So we really don't even got to do a recap of the game. Let's talk about who we bringing back next year.
Shake definitely is Shake a start in the league? I don't know. We'll see how he comes back next year. Maybe he needs to put on a little muscle, get a little stronger.
He did say that in his exit interview. He said, "I got to work out. I got to get stronger."
Okay,
I appreciate him saying that.
Is he a natural point guard in the league? Though I don't think so.
That's not his role.
Wait, getting to that because Ethan always makes a good point about us not having the shooters. Shake Milton is shooting 43% from 3-pointers.
He's a shooter. Shake Milton's a shooter.
He's a shooter, but Brett wanted to make him a point guard.
All right.
But you stuck because you don't have a point guard though. But that's the reason we're in this position. That's the reason we're in this position.
Shake comes back. That's one person. Shake is coming
Neto
back.
don't come back. We should have had Trey Burke. He was balling in Dallas.
Wait, we talking about the current roster. Roster. Shake comes back.
Shake come back.
I would like Trey Burke and I like Robinson.
You mean Alec Burks?
Oh yeah. Alec Burks. I like.
So
Alec
both of them are free agents.
Yeah.
You might have to overpay too much.
If you're only gonna bring one of them, who would you bring?
I'll probably bring Burke. Well, I haven't seen enough of Robinson. Even though I do think Robinson has a skill set, I haven't seen enough of him.
Who's younger?
That's what I was just.
Robinson is probably younger. I think Robinson.
I'm thinking about between. Well, Shake has already signed the deal, right?
Well, Shake is a young boy though.
He got 2 more years.
Shake's
I'm talking about between Burke and Robinson, who's younger.
I want to say Robinson because I think Burke might be like 27, 28.
Then Robinson the third is 26.
So they close. I mean, because I think Burke what's Burke? Burke's like 28.
I think he's 28. Yeah, I think Burke's 28.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
but I mean that's.
He's 29.
Oh, Burks is 29.
Yeah, Burks is 29. So we bring.
I
don't know. He still can ball though.
Yeah, he can.
It depends on what he wants.
I like him coming off the bench. I mean, how much Burke really going to demand though for real? Like, you might have to pay him a little extra, but did he do anything to deserve some eye popping type deal?
No.
Thanks to Brett Brown. No, he didn't.
Well, see. Well, go ahead, Ethan. What was you going to say?
No, go ahead.
See, this is my whole thing though, and it goes back to what I guess we're going to touch on a little bit later. What free agents are we getting in here? Who are we getting in here that we don't have to? Even with the Elton Brand thing, I mean, with Elton Brand signing Horford, and I was never on board with that. I think me and Ethan was vehemently against that. I wanted Julius Randle, but even with that, you gotta overpay because didn't nobody want to come here and play with Brett. So now we gotta hope
Brett
that
is gone.
But now we gotta hope. But who gonna be the next coach though? The next coach needs to be somebody that brings people in.
It's just funny, all these old Brett stories coming out. How Brett broke up the team because he ain't like Butler. Now you see all these old Brett stories coming out.
Man, we knew this already.
All right, y'all, let's do. Embiid is cool, right?
You see Embiid? You see what Embiid said?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
You see somebody snapped on the reporter?
He said, "Let me read it, so I won't misquote nothing." Let me see if y'all agree with this. Embiid, he said on one of the underrated. Well, he said, "I gotta get better. They want me to be Shaq, but this league is different. You can't elbow people. They call offensive fouls. You can't push people around. It's hard to post up. You have to move the ball around."
That's true.
I actually kind of agree with that.
It's a lot of truth in that.
But are we asking him to be Shaq?
No, but you know what?
No, Charles Barkley was.
The fans
and Shaq was.
Shaq and Barkley number
that was a shot at Shaq and Barkley. That wasn't a shot at his coach. That's directly.
That's a valid point, though. That's a valid point.
Wait a minute. Another quote. Who has the Josh Richardson quote?
I got the Josh Richardson quote.
Oh, what did he say?
Oh, you ain't see?
No, I didn't see.
All right.
Oh, is that the accountability?
Oh yeah, when he's talking to Keith Pompey, Josh Richardson on Coach Brett Brown, he's a good guy. He's a good man. He means well. I just think going forward, he got to have some more accountability. I don't know if there's much accountability this season, and I think that's part of our problem. We've been saying this for years, but these people want to blame Elton Brand. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
See, he's saying what Jimmy Butler said last year.
Don't put words in his mouth. Is he saying Brett don't hold players accountable?
That's exactly what he said to Keith Pompey.
Listen, I mean, a quote like that, you got to dissect it a little bit because, and we might have mentioned this before on one of our earlier podcasts, but you got to remember, you can't he got a career to worry about. So you can't completely come out and dismantle a coach or whatever like that and say, because you never know, Brett Brown might be somewhere in somebody coaching tree or a GM or on a staff somewhere where he might be responsible.
Listen, he said, quote unquote, going forward, he, meaning Brett Brown, have to have more accountability.
No, I agree.
He let players do whatever they wanted to do.
He ain't skirting around nothing. He's saying it nicely because he called him a nice guy.
But that's what I'm saying. See, my point is, if you say that much, you want to say more.
True.
I agree with that.
You really want to say more.
I agree with
Right.
that.
I want to hear
Why you gotta
more.
keep telling me?
That's what I do. I want to hear more.
Tell me.
That's the facts. He want to go in a little harder, but he can, reserving himself for the status quo.
They still got on the same plane back to Philly.
Hold on, hold on.
Look at him
Wait a
like this.
Wait a minute. Before we get off track, since we talking about Josh Richardson, is he coming? Do y'all want him back next year?
No.
I'm a little.
No.
It depends on if I could get something better. I'm not opposed to Josh Richardson coming back.
I'm opposed.
Starter.
I'm opposed to him. Shooting guards should be able to shoot. That's like.
I mean, he's not a horrible shooter.
No, he's a horrible shooter.
But is it me or shooting guards not?
His defense actually was impressive today. He beat Tatum up. He scrapped.
Defense was good last game too. Remember when him and Thais went through that stretch where they was strapping?
Yes, he scrapped Tatum up. Now I'll say this: I wouldn't mind seeing him, and I guess it's hard for somebody making $11 million, but I wouldn't mind seeing him coming off the bench. I don't know about starting
off the bench somewhere, but is he your championships? Is he
He
your
could be.
championship
He
starter?
could be coming off the bench. He's championship role player coming off the bench.
Off the bench, yeah, off the bench.
But see, you even saying off the bench, that depends on who you have starting. If you bring in, you go out and get I don't got a name. How about Gordon Hayward, right? The guy that for Boston. What if you bring him in? He's just small forward, huh? He's small forward, right?
Yeah.
So say you bring him in as your small forward, you move Tobias to power forward, and then you have Ben and Embiid. Then I could take somebody like a Josh Richardson as my two guard.
He can't shoot.
He can't. You make it like he's a horrible shooter.
He is a horrible shooter.
What's his percentage?
His percentage is he shot.
What the numbers say?
He shot.
I'm gonna tell you what my eyes saw.
We don't trust your eye. We don't trust your eye.
Trust my.
He shot 34%, 34.1% from. That's not good for you.
That's not good.
That's
exactly. What'd you say, Wayne? Wayne. What?
34%. What's the league average?
Is it 38?
It's 38.
He don't even know. He take it. He like,
I don't know what the NBA league average is. I'll tell you now.
Go ahead. I mean, y'all listen. I can't argue and say like he's a great shooter, but I'm saying honestly, I might take Shake Milton to start at that too.
I would take Shake Milton. I would too.
Shake to start at that too.
They said they're gonna push the start of the
36.
So he's shooting how much? 34, and the thing is
34.1.
So he's 2 points off of the average.
And that's just average.
He's still relatively young. I mean, he only been in the league. He only really been a starter for 4 years. This is his 4th year.
First of all, he's dyeing his hair. Do you really want the ball down their hair? You just starting.
That's a powerful point.
Hey, listen, Rodman used to dye his hair. I wouldn't go. I leave him as a starter.
Rodman ain't shoot the ball either.
Exactly.
But we don't want him to shoot the ball. We want him to be the defense.
Listen, we can do it. I say we need to upgrade at the shooting guard position, especially if Ben is coming back as the point guard. You can't have two balls at the top of the key that can't shoot. Everybody else is just gonna be down there with Embiid. That makes no sense.
You think the new coach automatically puts Ben as the point guard or reevaluates?
That's the only position that Ben can really play right now, to be honest with you.
I agree.
He gets exposed down low. It's just not a good. I don't see him being effective down low. The sample size that we saw was Brett Brown in the middle of a season decided I'm going to change the role of my point guard for the last 3 years. Now I'm going to put you down. That made no sense, but Brett is gone, so I don't even got to do a lot of hating on Brett right now.
You do though. You do. Listen,
let's keep going through the team now. Let's go through the.
All right, come on. Let's go through the team.
All right, so
you start mentioning Brett, I'm about to go on the team.
I know everybody they lose their mind.
Come on. All right, let's focus.
All right, do we bring back well, Neto? no to Neto.
Korkmaz.
It ain't even Neto's fault. It's Brett Brown's fault for putting Neto in that position.
Yeah, Neto should be home.
That's
somewhere.
why he's fired.
Yeah,
he should be in Colombia or was he Brazil? He should be playing in one of their rec leagues.
Neto actually can shoot, but he's just for real. He's a TJ McConnell with a jump shot.
But he ripped a couple bad threes today. Not that he went.
He did. I was shocked at that. He did.
A couple other doors that was open, and he bricked them bad. It wasn't like they were under the rest of that.
Kylo Kyle O'Quinn, stay or go.
You know what?
He's going. He didn't even play enough.
No, but see.
I like Kyle O'Quinn though.
That's what I'm about to say. You got to remember, we talking about Brett not playing Bulls, right? Remember Kyle O'Quinn. Remember in the beginning, he can actually shoot. He hit a few threes. He could shoot when he was over in Golden State. He could play a little something.
We really talking about keeping Kyle O'Quinn.
We do got like a 60 second.
You can pick up. He's a guy you can pick up any time.
But listen,
okay,
we only gonna spend 60 seconds on Kyle O'Quinn, nothing more.
Real quick, Kyle O'Quinn. This is what I'm saying though.
I act like we got a lot of choices.
Everybody.
All right, let's move on.
Real quick,
go ahead.
My computer's shaking. We spending too much time on Kyle O'Quinn.
Listen. Everybody, see, my thing with the boys like Kyle O'Quinn. This is why I bring up Mike Scott. Everybody talk about how soft we are with these European Bulls and that. But then we got Bulls like Kyle Quinn who look like he'd be hustling if he wasn't in the league. And we talk about those easy Bulls. Mike Scott the same way. Like these dudes look like if they wasn't in the league, they'd be running through somebody's pockets. That's the kind of dude you kind of want.
Yeah, you do. You do need some goons.
We miss Ennis bad.
The Twins are goons. The Morris twins.
Remember we traded Ennis?
Yes, and that's what Kyle O'Quinn and Mike Scott.
Philly Bulls. You need the goons.
Yes.
We had no goons, but that was Brett Brown. Brett Brown did not like strong men in his
Scott's
locker room.
Goon. Scott's a baby goon.
Oh, he is. Now, the only thing about Scott, you know what? Remember,
And he can shoot a little bit.
Remember when the season started, Mike Scott was stroking. Then all of a sudden, his shot went.
Oh, yeah, remember he tried to fight like a whole squad of Eagles last year?
I could play with a Mike squad. I could go with a Mike Scott on my squad, bro.
All right, Mike. So Mike, stay or go?
I like Mike.
I'll keep him. He can get in the
pay
rotation.
Money, but I keep him.
All right. What about Pell, Norville Pell?
I would keep him around because you ain't got to pay him much. Yeah, he like the 12th man. I mean,
Yeah,
he's a good shot blocker that you can develop.
He's a high energy guy. I like that.
He got some athleticism to him.
What about the guy Mario Shayok?
I ain't see enough of him. He's a guy that was he the one lighting it up in the D League?
Yes, and we need to develop a bomb. We need to build a bomber. But you got the dude that's dropping 30 in the game down there, lighting dudes up, and you don't even give him no burn.
He probably don't even got a real Boston accent. It's probably something that he just been playing around like.
Yeah, like a boy have a fake British accent to make it sound like a civilized. Like good day, governor.
He probably really from like.
What? West somewhere or something.
Yeah.
I think Thibault was on punishment the last 2 games too, because he ain't.
Well, we know Matisse is here, but would you trade him or would you keep him?
I'm right
It
now.
depends on what I could get.
I'm on a bubble with Thibault, bro.
If I can take Ben, listen. If I can take Ben and Thibault, and if I can get Porter and Jamal Murray, I'm shipping them out of here.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not saying anybody's untouchable. Depending on the
Bede might be untouchable.
Nah, even if Bede, if you telling me with Bede,
Hold
like
on.
say if.
I know this is Wayne talking about trading Bede. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know, and you know that's listen, my dude.
The man in front of the curtain.
But if you telling me you could even remember that deal we was looking at this talking about for Ben, like it was like 3 or 4 Chicago players and the number 2 draft and all. If you giving me some talented players, like Ethan even said about the Porter or whatever, and some draft picks, because you know what my problem is with Bede though. My problem with Bede is he pick and choose when he wanted. That's like he's like, I don't want to get swept. So then you see him come out and play with all this intensity and come out with that all the time. Come out with that intensity all the time.
Is it he because of his? I'm gonna say it because of his conditioning. How hard is it for Bede to play like that for 35?
And if that's the case, then
it's hard because he's not in shape at all.
But then that's even more of a reason to move on from him if you can get something. And that's my building block for the Sixers. And you gotta overwhelm me in order for me to trade Embiid, especially with a new coach coming out. I still might not trade him.
Cause you know how Giannis got that, like he looked like he's in a gym, and Embiid looked like he's built like a old head.
He run up the court.
And he's only like 25.
Yeah. He don't got a lot. I don't know. Maybe he don't work out. I don't know if Embiid lift weights or not.
He don't. All he do is
Didn't they have him all over like Instagram and stuff, like these workout videos? Like he's training down, he had a 6-pack and all this other stuff.
I thought he did. I don't know what happened to that.
They had Ben Simmons shooting videos too. So how that work out?
They gave him they just gave him something to lean up, like a diuretic or something.
Yeah, Ben shooting like 10 threes in a row.
They just told B, don't drink 8
water
milkshakes today.
Yeah.
You can go with 3, not 8.
They gave him a laxative, like, listen, look how skinny he look.
Some boys don't have stamina though. I mean, some boys can train. Their stamina never gonna be.
I agree. And it is a little bit more difficult when you got that more body weight on you and that running up and down.
Did y'all see the before and after pictures of Giannis's first couple of years and what he looked like?
Yeah, I know. We
know. If you want it, you can get it.
You know Giannis a beast. He's a different animal though.
I'm saying you can get muscle and you can add size, but I'm talking about a level of stamina. You never know. I mean, you remember the boy Kimbo Slice? Everybody thought he would get tired and all that in the fights, and then next you know, he found out he had a heart murmur. I don't know. B might have a small heart for somebody 6'7".
Well, he definitely got a small heart.
I mean,
he definitely got a small heart.
No, Dad.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but
the skill set is there though.
The skill set is there. I won't be here.
All right, what about that $180 million man?
Wayne, you got
baby let's let Wayne comment on him first.
Baby Mello.
Hey, Wayne. Good man.
You got the floor. I drink to this.
Listen, I'll put it this way. You do realize that Middleton is making the same money. So I'm saying that to say that's the market.
Okay.
That's the market. Okay. So if you telling me that Middleton is that much better that he deserved $180 million and Tobias don't, that's what I'm saying. That's just the market.
I think it's easier to play with Giannis for middle than it is maybe. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. So do you think
B don't pass well out the double?
I think that's the biggest thing he has to work on this offseason is making quick decisions from the double team.
Out the double team, right?
I agree.
Because that will salvage a lot of the issues that we had.
That'll help everybody out. That'll help Toby, Shake, that'll help all your shooters.
That goes back to what Ethan has been saying since day one. This seems like the dumbest basketball team IQ-wise. And to me, I understand everybody wants to say, well, they're professionals. They're supposed to know how to play the game, blah, blah. But when you're coach, that's what coaches are for. If that's the case, we don't need no coaches. We don't need coaches then. They're professionals. They know how to do whatever this, that, and other. The coaches, you drill this stuff in practice. And we already know what their practice is like. Jimmy told us. So
exactly,
what are they being taught? What are they being? It don't make no sense to me. Anytime a team throws a zone up on you, y'all can't do. Y'all don't know. Y'all baffled at a zone at this point.
I agree.
Yeah. And Boston was running a lot of small lineups. You would think we the bigger team. I know at one point Al tried to play bully ball a little bit. He actually didn't do bad. I think it's too much on Al Horford's shoulders. And he can't carry that load, that $100 million that we want. Like, I don't need to. He ain't that type player.
We get that boy $100 million.
Hold up, but that's what I wanted to. I'm glad Ethan brought that up. And this, see, because now I think we got on the players, right? Did we talk about Jonah Bolden? Maybe did we want Jonah? I don't know.
Let's go through real quick.
Oh, he going now?
Yeah, he got released.
Oh, we ain't speaking about Al Horford.
Do we?
All right, but look, see, this is all right. So now this is what my thing because, and Wayne, I'm gonna let you go in on this because he talked about the whole Elton Brand versus Brett Brown and who more responsible, and I know that's the topic of the day right now. So we definitely going to address that.
And the reason why it's the topic of the day is because Tyrone Johnson.
Call him out, Tim.
All right, the boy Tyrone Johnson works for NBC Sports in 97.5. He runs a poll that says who's more responsible for the Sixers debacle. And 60% at the time it was 60-40 Elton Brand versus Brett Brown. Then the commentator, what's her name?
Doris Burke.
Yeah, Doris Burks. She tried to make it seem as if Brett Brown was not the cause of the issues that we're facing right now within the organization. She actually tried to make it seem as if it was an organizational thing from top to bottom, including Elton Brand, everybody. Now, I've been following the Sixers this entire time, the entire ride from the beginning of the process to now.
Mm-hmm.
Elton Brand is not perfect. That Al Horford situation, he gotta. That's part of his resume. That's going to be on his resume.
Yeah.
But he's giving him tools. And every trade deadline, from this trade deadline and the year before, he's giving them tools to use to win. So I'm gonna ask you guys, because I don't think it's Elton Brand's fault at all. What is your opinion?
Wayne, I want you to go on this, but before we gotta hone in on Tyrone. Now, you mentioned in his poll, but you didn't mention that he agreed with the poll. He actually listed Elton Brand. And the reason I'm calling Tyrone now, I'm not mad at him putting the poll up. All right, that's what you do. But he actually agreed that Elton Brand is more of a problem than Brett Brown. Wayne, take us away. Tell us why you mad.
Ethan, you want to say something before? You want to say something first, Ethan?
Go in.
Okay. First of all, if you've been saying give Brett Brown a chance for 5 years, Elton Brand been here 1.5 years. What did he do in the 1.5 years? Last year, he when we had, remember, everybody forget, we had the Sixers team. They went to the playoffs. He brought us into the playoffs. We did this. We went to the second round.
Yep.
He came back with the same team. What happened? We were faltering, and he needed a trade. So Elton Brand, matter of fact, wait a minute, before that, he wanted to do the free agency. He couldn't get free agents because that's the year that Brett Brown was the GM. And he brought us Muscala and Wilson Chandler. Yep. That was his free agents he brought in.
Yep.
So then after that, Elton Brand came in, cleaned up his mess, brought us in Jimmy, brought us in Tobias. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of Fultz because Brett couldn't find a spot for Fultz. That was a championship caliber team, and we all say that.
Absolutely.
You brought in Trey Burke too.
So I got into an argument with somebody because they were saying, well, Elton Brand brought in Jimmy, but then he let Jimmy go. Jimmy Butler. First of all, Keith Pompey put down, and he tweeted how Brett Brown was the reason that he left. Exactly. Because Brett Brown couldn't control Jimmy. And we all know, we talked about the little stuff Jimmy would say about Brett and this, that, and the other, that he was undermined. Brett couldn't control him, so Brett didn't want him.
You can't blame Elton for Jimmy. Jimmy was a free agent. So exactly. it ain't like Elton let Jimmy Jimmy had it. Yes, Jimmy had freedom to make his own mind.
Listen, I went back and looked at this tweet. I mean, this report, right? A Bleachers report. This is what Brett said, like after that first playoff thing against the Celtics. He said, "Our culture is not to be denied. It's real. Players want to play here. Free agents we can attract. Our timeline has changed. Our expectations have changed, and that's a good thing." Remember, he went on Mike Missinelli's show talking about something. Oh yeah, he was saying like, "We gonna get Brian. We gonna get Brian and CP3. I mean not CP3, Paul George. Brian and Paul George. We gonna get 2 free agents." But he got us Muscala and he got us Wilson Chandler.
Remember LeBron didn't even meet with him. He had his representatives. Exactly. He went on vacation.
He sent his young boys down there.
He said, like, yo, tell him no, but
let
him down easy.
Wait. While Brett Brown was the GM, what else did he do, Ephraim? What else did he do as GM? What draft pick did he make that year? Tell us.
Oh, you mean when listen, and that's that's dear to my heart, because I've been holding on to this for a long time. And even before I mentioned that, and listen to Wayne's point, because Wayne been always saying this. The Bull Elton Brand, a free agent, couldn't even attract a free agent that he coached before in Kawhi. The dude that you could assume that he had to shoe in on, he couldn't even get Kawhi in here. I don't even know if they got an interview with Kawhi.
Yeah, Kawhi like no.
Or even made a move to, you know what I mean, to convince San Antonio. Because remember, if I'm not mistaken, now that I think about it, he actually got played by the Bull. What's the coach name?
My pop.
Yep. He had a deal, didn't he?
They go to the draft pick.
That's why he picked the ball.
They had a deal on the table. They were like, side. What was the deal? What was that deal?
The deal was they were supposed to draft Draft the boy.
Zaire.
Not Zaire.
That was Zaire.
Yeah, it was. They had to acquire Zaire, but they drafted the guy that we gave up. Come on.
Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, we got Mikal Bridges, but then San Antonio said, well, you get us the guy, we want the young Kawhi Leonard. Get us Zaire Smith, and we'll trade you Kawhi and something else for Zaire. Yeah. So this dummy as a DM.
Yeah, Brett, he did. He got completely bamboozled, man. And I'm telling you, it's stuff like that lets you know this dude is ill-equipped, first of all, to be a GM. Second of all, and I go to the game today, because one thing I hate when somebody says somebody a bad coach. I want you to tell me why. And this is exactly why, right? We've been talking about this all the time, the people not playing smart and all that kind of stuff like that. Kemba Walker is the smallest dude on the court consistently. We had never took advantage of that mismatch. I see a couple times somebody tried to do this. I would have pounded Kemba Walker into the ground. Every time he jumped on Milton, anybody. I seen him a couple times on B, and they didn't properly pound his ground.
Because if nothing else, you wear his legs down.
He guarded,
snipe you to death.
It's three things that can happen from you doing that. You get him in foul trouble, you score, or you wear him out. It's a very simple thing here, and we didn't. And that's what I'm talking about with the coaching. That's why he got to go.
Remember a couple
guarded Al Horford for like a whole quarter.
Remember Jason Tatum?
He did.
It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe
early fouls on Jason Tatum, and then all of a sudden we didn't get any more fouls on that game.
We didn't go at him.
That's what I'm exactly. This is coaching 101. This is coaching.
You know what's funny about Brett though? Because you know how it kind of go to the Beard situation. But you know how when you ask somebody, what does he do right? Like when they say Brett deserves it, what does Brett do? That's even like with Doris Burke. With Doris Burke, even with Jay Rich, what he was saying, they was like, Brett's a good guy.
That's all you got.
That's all you. Brett's a good guy. He deserves better. Why? Didn't he get paid? Exactly. Come on, man.
Well, he has 2 years, $10 million, so he can sit home and chill.
And he still.
I just don't want him nowhere near the Sixers.
No, I do. Make him the ball boy. Make him be the $10 million ball boy.
Yo, did anybody? So what was the verdict on Tobias? Stay or go?
If we can get rid of him, I would get rid of him.
No,
I'm keeping Tobias.
I'm keeping Tobias.
Tobias is so weak. He's so weak. He's not a finisher. You know how many layups? Let's count all the layups that he missed in this series.
I don't see him getting no better, y'all. I don't see he is what he is.
He is.
At this point in his career, he is what he is.
But all right, what are you going to get for Tobias?
Tell me, anybody, I don't care at this point. Tobias.
Why are you tripping? If you're trading this $180 million person, that means you have to bring in $180 million worth of salary. Who's going to give you what are you going to get for him?
I would try to see if I can get Buddy Hield in here.
And how much Buddy Hield make?
I don't. Let me stop. I'm about to say something. I thought he was like 80.
He like the young boy, so he not make the.
He just signed. He just recently signed.
All right, so how much he signed for?
I don't know.
Right. But even that's
wait a minute. Let me ask you, Tim. What's Buddy Hield numbers? Exactly. Everybody always talking about trading for somebody you don't even know what the bull do.
Well, let me look it up.
Listen, Buddy Hield. My thing is, even if you got Buddy Hield in there, I mean, how are you replacing Tobias? Who are you now? Tobias is going. You got Buddy Hield, and what's your forwards looking like? Al Horford.
Exactly.
Buddy Hield averaged 20 points a game last year.
What'd you say?
How much you average?
20 points a game, 4 year, $106 million.
So
4 years, 106. So then you still got to add somebody else to make that match up. So what do you average? 20 points a game. What else he average? What assists, rebounds, anything? Just 20 points a game.
4 rebounds.
Shooting guard, right? He's shooting guard, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. But
if
you're taking a player away that's averaging like 18 points and 9 rebounds, and then you're bringing in somebody that averaged 20 points and like 3 rebounds,
then you still got Al Horford.
What have you seen from Tobias Harris the last 2 years to make you think that he's going to get better or help us win a championship? I don't see it.
He can help. He can help us. The problem is right now we looking at Tobias to be that top scorer, that second tier scorer. That's not what he is. And honestly, for real, to me, he's being used the wrong way. If you looked at when Tobias was balling today, where was most of his stuff coming from? The mid range, in the like driving to the basket, all that type stuff.
He missed a lot of
Brett Brown
mid-range
has him
shots.
set up to shoot or be a spot up 3-point shooter. The same thing he do with Thibault. Thibault's not a spot up 3-point shooter. When you see
Tobias Harris is our second tier scorer though,
but he's not a 3-point bomber. That's not his game.
He is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I mean, but Ethan, what do you want? How much you want your second tier scorer to get?
I mean, with Toby average, yeah, but
I want 26.
I want him to average what he averaged in the playoffs. How about that? That's what I want him to do.
We should have at least two 30-point scorers.
That's what I'm saying. He averaged 19 in the playoffs.
All right, tell me this. What was Klay Thompson, and what's your boy Steph? How they do? And then Durant.
Klay Thompson always. Well, I mean, when Durant got.
You're talking about one of the greatest teams ever. Like, come on.
No, I'm just saying this is.
All right, but no. Let's say before Durant got there, before Durant got there was 73-9. Klay Thompson always averaged around like 21, 22. He never averaged more than that. Steph Curry would always do average 30. They just had a good system of role players and everybody who knew their role. That's what I think the Sixers need to get back to. You got B who's going to give you at least 25. You got Tobias who can give you 18 to 20 points a game. Then you got to get everybody else. Ben should be able to give you his 16. Then you got everybody else. So you got to get the defense and you got to get shooters. I don't think Tobias is the main problem.
Exactly.
Tobias is inconsistent.
I agree with that.
There's a lot of dudes in the NBA that's inconsistent, bro.
I'm talking about the boy that's on my team.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let's go back to Tobias. When you said Tobias averaged 19 this year in the playoffs, we sure?
I know he averaged 19 last year in the playoffs.
Right, but we ain't talking about last year.
He didn't average 19 last year in the playoffs. I'm gonna tell you right now what he averaged in the playoffs.
What he averaged in the playoffs last year?
14 points a game.
No, he didn't. Not in the playoffs last year. He didn't.
I'm looking at it right now. Just last year?
No, it's not. It might be this year.
14, 18 through 19. We've had 12 playoff games for Philly. He averaged 15 a game. 19, 20. That's 3 playoffs game. This must be this year. He averaged 14 a game. Like I said, I need him to average.
Like I said, he's the problem.
You need to average more.
He's
not the problem, though.
So he got a playoff problem. He's not ready.
He's not the problem, though.
I don't want playoff Tobias. I want regular season Tobias.
And this is the first time Embiid hasn't been hurt in the playoffs. We wasted a uninjured Embiid.
Well, they ain't got nobody around him. You got Ben ain't in there. You know what I'm saying? Like you if you'd have kept Trey Burke.
That was the dumbest decision.
Trey Burke. Now mind you, and that's another thing. Going back to Elton Brand, Trey Burke specifically said he signed with the Sixers exactly because it was Elton Brand. He said Elton called me. He was like, Elton called me. Of course I'm gonna sign with them. So Elton Brand brought him in here. Brett Brown gave him no burn to put Neto in over him.
Yes, he did.
And what Trey Burke doing? Is Trey Burke is he in the playoffs this year?
His team just won tonight.
Yeah, 20 tonight, I think, right? What do you have? 18 and 20.
Well, did he? Wow. Could you imagine having Trey Burke instead of Raul Neto?
Oh, man.
Wow.
I'd rather have Neto.
So we split on Toby. We split on Toby.
What's your name, Brett Brown?
Just to update, Trey Burke had 25 points.
Oh, my.
And 5 rebounds.
10 of 14 shooting. He ball.
Oh, hey, come back. Come back.
Wait.
Listen, and you know what's crazy? I was talking about Trey Burke before we signed him.
You was, Ethan. Ethan, you was.
I was like, bring Trey Burke in here.
You was.
I like the young boy game. He reminded me of myself when I was out there.
That's exactly why I didn't want to play.
All right.
Oh my God!
Who next? Did we ask about Al Horford?
He was a second.
I don't think any of us want Horford.
I think we should try to buy him out. Be honest with you.
I think we should try to buy him out too.
I think they
buy
should.
him out. Is that an option?
Yeah, you know how they be doing it.
What's the option? See. Don't
I'm
just
serious.
throw stuff out there.
No, you know how the NBA they can buy you out and then you can sign.
Okay, so what's the buyout? What's the buyout option for Al Horford?
He got to negotiate with Nick. He got to negotiate.
Yeah, you had to come to some type of agreement.
They got.
But it's still be against the salary cap, though, right?
I don't know. That's not.
I don't think.
But I will say this. I will say this though, right? I'm defending Elton Brand, but he is on the clock right now.
No.
Elton Brand is on the clock, and so is Embiid. So is Embiid because I'm Ben. They all on the clock right now. For years, we know what Brett Brown has been doing. So it's like, okay, Brett holding the team back. In my opinion, I've said this for years. I've said this since year 3. I was like, this cannot be the dude when we finally turn the corner. We got to get rid of him.
You've always said that. I'll give you that much.
Let me throw another spin on y'all. Are we being too harsh on Ben and B too early? They young. How many years have they been playing together?
Yeah, y'all being hard on them.
2.5 years.
Y'all being too hard on them.
No, the reason why I'm gonna tell you why. Can I explain why we not?
Go ahead.
I'm not, and I'm talking about Ben specifically. Ben,
don't do it. Go ahead. You too. You're not fair. No. I'm going to the bathroom because you. Go ahead. Tell us why you're not being too hard on Ben Simmons.
Can I tell y'all?
Go ahead.
All
right. This is why I'm gonna tell y'all. Ben Simmons, 2017 was the first year he started playing. He averaged 15.9 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. 2018, 16.9, went up 1 point, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. 2019, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. You know what that means? This is his career. That's what it is.
And you know what I say to that? You know what I say to that? The same thing I say to everything. Brett Brown brings everybody down.
You know what? That's a good slogan.
That's it. That's my
I like that.
Brett Brown brings everybody down. Listen, even TJ McConnell is playing better in Indiana than he did for Brett.
Now, TJ should be in the league.
I give you that. I'll give you that. That's why I'm willing. Like I said, I'm willing to give Simmons 1 more year. I don't think that's being too hard on him. I am willing to give him another year, but I'll say this as well too. The thing that irritates my Simmons is not even necessarily I'm not seeing no new stuff in his game, which I would like to see. But that jump shot, I'm not convinced he will ever.
Listen, as a coach, though, your responsibility is to motivate these players. And you could tell that he's not a good coach because maybe the crowd motivates the team. We had one of the best records. We had the best record in the league when we're home.
Even the virtual crowd, according to Brett Brown.
Maybe that's part of the accountability that Josh Richardson was talking about.
Ethan, I was just about to pull that tweet up. I was just about to pull that up.
Hold Beat accountable for not getting your big behind in the post. Hold these bulls accountable. Maybe that's part of what Josh was talking about.
So you just gonna put the echo on for effect right now?
That was just me calling the mic.
No, but on the real though, Josh Richardson don't need to talk unless he bring his shooting percentage up because 34% is unacceptable for a shooting guard.
Right. In this day and age in the NBA, I agree with that.
He should be like everybody around the league got a bomber shooting 3-pointers at the center court. Everybody just let them go. We the only ones that can't.
And now see, there you go.
Listen,
everybody got a bomber shooting from center court.
At least everybody that well, maybe not, but still, you messed up my point. The point of the matter is, there's a lot of teams that do.
Listen, most championship teams do got a deep threat. Most teams who consider themselves a title contender has shooters that could please come in there and get hot and knock down some threes and maybe even knock down 7-8 threes a game on some hot streak type time. We don't have that.
But see, that's why I say I beg to differ a little bit because if you look at, like I said, Shake Milton, his shooting percentage from 3 is 7th in the league.
Yeah.
Then you got the boy Sayat, whatever his name is. He ain't get you running Korkmaz out there. Korkmaz's percentage is actually up, but Korkmaz's shot is too slow for good competition.
He's not a.
Korkmaz, there you go, Wayne.
What'd you say?
Korkmaz, there you go.
Take your echo off.
I'll let Korkmaz go. And I was hoping for Korkmaz because I was hoping that he was going to be our replacement for JJ.
How about that?
Now, I'd rather get a boy Sayak a shot to see what he could do. Just for a shooter, just coming off the bench to shoot, I'd rather see what the boy Sayak could do. He's taller. He's more. He's taller. He's more athletic.
I think even with Horford though, I know we want to get rid of Horford. Maybe we'll let another coach can get more.
Listen, man,
productivity out of it.
Get your echo off. Stop trying to sound like.
Yeah, take your echo off. Let me talk while you fixing getting your situation together. Your bootleg.
I don't
have. Now you turning the volume down. The echo.
I don't have echo on. Is it still echoing?
Yes.
Sound like you're in the jungle.
Would you get that from the Wish? That Wish category, they sent the joint for free. You got a free mic or something like that.
I don't know why I got
And that joint took a 3 months.
Can't read.
But check it out with Shake though, Way. I hear you with Shake, but Shake to me, I'm not convinced he's that good of a 3 shooter. He shoots more. His volume ain't up enough. He only shot how many threes? 135 attempts throughout the season. So
but you act like he played the whole season. He didn't
play the whole season.
I know, but I'm not. I'm just saying. I got his percentage. I think is such because his attempts is low. If he got his attempts up to 300-400 and he was still shooting at 43%, I'll be a little more convinced he's a shooter. I'm just saying I'm not convinced.
I know. I understand that.
What did he shoot? 150?
135 attempts.
I seen enough to know that I think he's the real deal.
Yeah, if he's in there just to shoot, not to have to do all that. If he's in there just to shoot, that's what we talk about. Right? Yeah, right. Exactly. Like even with Shamet.
Nah,
we had Shamet. That's like everybody.
That was Toby's trade though.
So you Shamet, but guess what? Brett wasn't giving Shamet no burn either. Remember, we was talking. He kept running TJ out there instead of playing Shamet and instead of playing Fultz. We didn't even get on the fact about Fultz.
Yep.
We didn't get on. I don't care what you want to say. Fultz #1 pick, he a bust. Whatever he's doing right now is better than Neto.
Well, he got more wins.
He's better than TJ.
He got more wins than Brett Brown right now in this 2020 playoffs because they still playing. Yeah. They're about to lose, but they still playing.
I thought they was gonna make some noise. What's the 2-1 now, Milwaukee?
3-1.
It's 2-1.
Look,
right?
Jason Tatum, he finished with 28 and 15.
You looking at the echo button, ain't you, Ephraim?
Yeah, look at it. I'm trying to figure out.
You feel like one of the old friends on Zoom. We like, listen, like,
my echo was off.
Push your button, sis. Unmute yourself.
I definitely did. Like, hold up, what's this boy doing?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Echo. Yes.
I think that if you notice with Boston though, what they did was every one of their players had a social justice
the echo
message.
is the middle button, Ethan. Make sure it's slid all.
It's off. Am I still echoing?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll work it out. You might have to.
We'll work it out. We can deal with it for now.
Turn it on, turn it off. Go ahead, Tim. What was you saying now?
I said all the players, they had a social justice message on their players. Everyone bought in. It's kind of like, and it's a little thing, but those little things mean a lot.
Everyone, but who?
No, Boston. I'm talking about Boston.
Oh, Boston, yeah.
Every one of their players had the social messaging on their jerseys, and that ties in.
Indeed, not Ben Simmons.
That's what I'm talking about. On the Sixers, if you notice, there wasn't a whole buy-in.
Yep.
But the reason why is because it's a lot of selfishness involved on our team. I think you could tell that that team was a united front versus ours. It was just a bunch of talented players playing with one another. And
go ahead.
And I see that I saw a lot of selfishness, a selfish play amongst the players as well.
No, I couldn't agree with that. I mean, even when it comes to Tatum, everybody want to anoint Tatum as the next Kobe Bryant or whatever. And Tatum got game, but Tatum is helped by he's not the focal point to stop. He got Kimball you got to worry about. He got Jaylen Brown you got to worry about. Even the white boy was knocking down threes to center. Yeah, he was hitting threes. I know he knocked down 2 in a row, and I think he might have had 3 or 4 in a game. But
wait, hold. Real quick. Did you see the play when Keith Smart got the ball down low He did
Marcus
a
Smart.
perfect, and then Keith Smart, and he manhandled Al Horford to lay the ball up. I was like, what is this?
Marcus
Smart. Yeah, Marcus Smart. My fault.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that goes back to what you were saying about those dudes that had a dog in them. Like Marcus Smart. Like you said, this a boy. If he wasn't playing ball, he be out the hood somewhere. Yeah. He be
a bouncer somewhere.
Exactly. I know he's gonna make him a criminal. Yeah, he be a bouncer somewhere. Don't do it to the brother. Don't do that.
He got the crazy criminal look, but I dig him though. I love the brother. Listen, he balling. He helping his team win.
Brett Brown has a certain image that he wants a team that he can control like a college coach, and he just want to be able to control that locker room. And Jimmy, and then I guess we could jump on Jimmy for a little bit. Jimmy Butler was the piece that we needed. He was like our TO that year when we went to the Super Bowl. And we had a bunch of good guys. Remember Andy Reid always had those nice good guys, players that you love. But when he got them dogs is what you need on your
roster. Remember T.O. came in and he was like, I'm big brother now. And he don't be no Brody.
Even Freddie Mitchell thought he was better than he was, but they all had that confidence.
Freddie was my man.
I did like Fred X, but Tim, you right. T.O. set the tone, and Jimmy was going to do the same thing. And that's the sad part is, I firmly believe that quote Jimmy heard about wanting to control Jimmy, that came from Brett. I'm telling y'all, Brett wanted to control Jimmy because Brett feels like he needs to be in control of his players. And if he has a player he don't feel like he can control, either he going to find a way to get rid of him or he not going to play him.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think after looking at that joint today and seeing where like Keith Pompey joint where he was talking about Brett didn't want to have to bump hit, like he didn't like how Jimmy was. It's no doubt in my mind that Brett was the person that went to Elton Brand and was like, can you control him?
I agree.
So when do y'all think Brett will be fired? Well, y'all saying tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, tonight?
That's the day.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think it's gonna come down tonight.
They better not keep. Oh my God!
I'm thinking
I might lose my Christian identity if they keep Brett Brown one more year.
Yeah,
they can't do it.
They can't. They
can't. Because you got to fire him before he do the exit interviews, right? Ain't they supposed to do an exit interview for every player?
Brett might mess around and do the exit interview like, screw you.
Right? If you go tell the player. So she's like, all right, you need to work on this. Come back like this next year. Come back this way.
Like, you need to man up.
You gonna go out like the Tom Cruise in the joint.
I'm okay though. I'm okay. Sometimes you gotta, if it's a lesson to be learned, then I'm okay with whatever happens. And the lesson is Brett Brown should never coach an NBA ever again.
But I'm not necessarily even going to say that. I'm not even going to say that.
I will. Don't worry. I will.
The only reason I'll say that is I don't know. Maybe he'll go somewhere else and learn more. Like sometimes that's what dudes do. Now me personally, I would never want him to coach my team.
You see how stubborn he was? There was no reason to play. You know Neto can't play, and he put him in the game, and his coaching future was on the line. And instead of going with like playing everybody that he know can really play, he still said, I'm still going to play Neto. His mind, his brains, whatever's in his brain said Neto is the best option at this particular time.
Yeah. But a part of it is that's his guy. You know what I'm saying? So a part of it is this is my guy. This is who I really think that we get now his judgment and his basketball IQ, which goes again, I'll give Ethan the credit. Brett's basketball IQ is in the toilet. Remember that meme that was sent? It was like Brett drawing up plays, and it was like just like
that was funny.
So Wayne, you're actually saying the reason why he should never coach again.
You're right. I stand corrected. I back down. You're right. I was trying to be politically correct and be nice, but for all the Brett lovers, but
This podcast is called Uncensored. We cut into the heart of the matter.
Y'all don't want uncensored. Y'all don't want uncensored.
Okay, as uncensored as we can get and still remain a Christian. But
No, you're right. No, you're right.
But at the same time, he got to go. He should never coach again. If he make it out of this week, I'm gonna be irritated because if he make it out of this week, that means they trying to give a reason to hold on to him.
He's going. He's going tonight. We should be hearing something about this before this weekend is up.
Yeah, you need to start that coaching job, that coaching search now.
But remember, we thought he was going last year. We thought he was going last year, and then and this is another reason I hold Elton Brand accountable. Him and Embiid.
Yep.
Elton, but see, this is my whole thing, man. This is why I'm so irritated about the people coming at Elton Brand. People was breaking their neck to give Brett Brown excuses every year.
Yeah.
Oh, well, because I ain't finished my tangent earlier. So let me finish this part of it.
Go ahead.
The whole thing about Brett Brown was, and this is why he was a con man. Every year, like we said, that first year when they had when they got to after they got to the playoffs and they had Covington and Sarge and everything else, during that season, the Sixers wasn't doing well. They wasn't doing good enough to win the chip. So Elton Brand had to go and make moves.
Yep.
To put Brett in a better position to win. And then when he did that, then Brett Brown said, oh, well, we're going to need time to get – and every year was the same thing. He needed to make trades because the team wasn't good enough. They make trades, and now his excuse was, well, we haven't played well. We haven't played long enough together. We need time to gel. I'm tired of that, bro. Like, how many times you going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
I agree.
The worst thing was us going to games. What game we go to? Was it 6 or 7 against?
Game 7. We had 7 games against Toronto. That was
the worst thing because that kept Brown's job. And now we 2 years behind because we could have had a new coach in this year working with the talent. Now we a year behind. We got
not only working with the talent, but we probably could have still had Jimmy.
And we could and we could have tried to make the players we had better. We could have. He might have had Ben shooting. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right. Remember, Ben was all Joe. Ben was all Joe with Jimmy. He was wearing a headband. You know what I'm saying? He was all up. That's the big brother. He's the closer. I'm the one that scored the points. He's the closer.
All right, y'all. So as the season is over, but the NBA is still rolling. Who y'all like now? Who y'all like? Who's your squad moving forward?
My heart is with Portland because I like Dame. I always like Dame. Y'all know I bought his sneakers. I showed y'all. Dame 3s is still, I think, his best pair of sneakers and one of the most comfortable sneakers I ever wore. But my heart is with Dame. I would like to see them win. I don't think they're going to get past LA. But if it's not Dame, I'm a Bron fan too. I don't like all the extra criticism that come around on Bron. So if the Lakers beat Portland, I want to see the Lakers play. But if Portland get past the Lakers, I'm rocking with Portland.
I want to touch on B a little bit.
We already know who Ethan went to win, but go ahead. Touch on
B. I want B to get back to that 27-point game. B.
I agree.
He was 2 years ago. What he averaged? 23 this year. He needs to get back to that 27-point game. B. Put the team on his back. B. Every night. That's the B. We need that B next year going forward. One of the top 5 player in the league. B. I don't think he was top 5 player in the league this year. He need to get back to that.
He needs to be in the gym though. He got to get in the
gym. He need to go back and work out with the bull again with Akeem Olajuwon. That's what he need to do.
Is that what he's doing when he averaged 27?
I think if I'm not mistaken, that year he came off working with Akeem. That was his best season. I think he needs to get back to that.
That was the year we had the argument about Wayne about B being top 3 in the league. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, remember he was in the MVP candidate discussions before he got hurt. That
maybe he could play at least. What's your average? How many games do you want B to play a year, Wayne?
65.
Realistically, I'm looking at, but you know what? This NBA, that's why I'm irked by this NBA. That's just even like Kawhi, Tim Goop. Load management. Well, load management about to have him home in the first round because Luka giving him the business.
They're about to go off on him next game. Paul George all of a sudden just
can't play basketball no more.
He got that Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard was like this on him.
Yeah,
You ain't by me.
something wrong.
Yeah,
He ate it on Dame. He ate it on Dame.
No, but you know what? You know who I want to win though? From the East, I would love to see Jimmy get there.
That's what I was gonna say.
I want Jimmy to get there.
with that.
But for one, I do like Jimmy mindset. I like Jimmy attitude. Jimmy don't have to have all the glory, but it's like when it's closing time, he like, all right, I got it. I'll take it on my shoulders.
Yeah,
and that's what he did for us. And
that would be so beautiful.
And then also with Rubber than Brett.
No, it wasn't. I don't want to see
the Rubber than Brett.
I want to see the Heat. I don't want to see the Heat win no more. Give it to the Bucks or something like that.
No, I don't want the Bucks to win. I want Giannis to come here. We need Giannis to be mad. We need Giannis to be mad and want to lead the Bucks.
If it ain't him, I'd rather see Brown. I don't want to see the Heat winning. They just had.
Of course you want to see Brown. Of course you want to see Brown.
Brown won enough too. Brown won the 8 championships.
So you saying the Lakers hasn't won enough championships?
Exactly.
I have Brown for personal reasons.
But real talk though, in the West, my first preference is I would like to see Brown win just because he is on that level. Like I think, and y'all know, I used to rip Brown a whole lot,
yes,
and I still feel as though, like earlier on, he was choking a lot of stuff, a lot of times and stuff like that. But I do think that LeBron has grown to a certain point, and that he has to have that respect of he is the ultimate team player, and he's a great player. So. I would, of course, you're gonna say Curry. but of course, but I would like to see Brian get there just because of everybody that say he can't do it in the West.
I agree.
But if he can't,
Dame Lillard.
I don't want Dame irritates. Something about Dame irritates. Dame is great.
What about Dame irritates you?
You know what I'm saying?
I can kind of agree with Wayne a little bit.
Something about Dame irritates me.
I like Dame.
Something about Dame irritates. And no, his skill. I'm not doubting on his game.
See, Westbrook irritates me.
Personality wise, he's about Wayne's about personality wise.
What
personality wise?
That irritates you though. Hit game time.
Listen, he talk all that trash, but then all of a sudden when he get lit up, you don't hear him saying nothing. And then he don't say nothing when he get lit up.
I mean, what you supposed to say when you get lit up?
You're supposed to still talk that trash. Talk that talk, nigga. You talk that talk. My fault.
You know what? Al Horford was talking trash today, Wayne.
Huh?
Wayne, Al Horford was talking trash today. How you feel about that?
You know how I feel about that? There's trash because he don't always talk that trash. Don't talk that talk. Don't talk that talk at certain time. Talk it all the time. Talk that talk. Jimmy, listen. Jimmy talks that talk all the time. Jimmy talk when Jimmy was talking that stuff about T.J. Warren and this, that, and the other, and then T.J. Warren got a couple points. Everybody was hyped. Then what happened? T.J. Warren came out. Jimmy shut him down. He just started doing all the dancing jewels.
He did. That was
He told me Jimmy talk that talk all the time.
My thing is, you gotta know when you got handed, you gotta know just to be quiet. I think it's
I agree. I agree with Ethan. You guys just know to be. Sometimes you just gotta eat that.
If you got handed, you got beat. You got
So basically, you just Smokey on Friday. When Debo round, I be quiet. But when he I be talking again.
I mean,
you're doing too much.
Yeah, when you win, you talk. When you lose, it's time for the other boy to talk. You just be quiet. Boy just got you. Move on. Like you come back.
Get like Pat Beverly. Don't be like Pat Beverly.
Even if a bull got a better game, if the bull got off on a better game than me, all right, that's fine. But I'm still going to do what I do.
You like Pat Beverly. Bull dropped 40 and you still talking. No, stop.
You still like, yeah, you a bum. Like, huh?
I'll shut you down. I have 40.
You might have shut me down with that one.
But Bull got you. I like Dame, man. I got much love for Dame, but
I'm just saying everybody hyping Dame like Dame didn't get smoked out of the joint by Steph like 3 straight years. What it was like 2 straight years.
He got to the Western Conference Finals though.
Yeah, last year. But the year before that, didn't he lose in the first round?
But last year.
To the Pelicans?
The Pelicans.
When Drew Holiday was giving him the business?
He worked him
and
over.
he had AD, the same team he's losing to right now.
Drew Holiday was giving him the business.
Drew Holiday is a pretty good guard, though.
Pretty good. Dame is supposed to be considered on Steph level.
No. That's not.
No, but a lot of dudes do consider him on Steph level.
But that I know.
He is.
I was actually arguing. No, he's not. I was actually arguing that point yesterday at the barbershop. I went in hard because they were saying that same foolishness, and he's not.
I was in the barbershop.
What was you in the barbershop?
Yeah, why were you in the barbershop?
You was getting the shape up?
I did.
Was they getting your nose hairs? They trimming your nose hairs.
He just went by there to talk shop.
Yo, edit that part out. Edit that part out. Hey Tim, stop recording. Edit that part out.
Go ahead. Tell us about the barbershop.
Barbershop.
Nah, never mind. I ain't saying that. Listen, anyway, like I said,
when the barber was like, all right, you.
Even when they said, give me
who's
Jalen
next? Who next?
Give me Jalen Rose.
That's the last one. Last one. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I mean, listen. The point I'm making is, I like Dame. Dame has taken himself to another level, but Steph is different. I honestly, my opinion is, we could argue this with another joint. My opinion, the best two players in the league is Brown and Steph. I don't care about Giannis. I don't care about KD. I don't care about Kawhi. I don't care about, maybe Kawhi might be up there.
Yeah, I'm about to say you gotta get Kawhi his
I'll say Kawhi's Steph and LeBron, but Steph different. Steph is different. He on another level from a lot of these dudes, and Dame ain't reached that level yet.
You know who's different now too?
Who that?
Luka.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's reaching that level. He's still, but first of all, he still got. Listen, he got to get out the first round. Did he ever make out the first?
Right. You're right. He making a name for himself right now.
We started anointing these boys like we did.
No, wait. But one thing is though, this what gets me sometimes when you talk about somebody have to get off the first round and say never. Luka is doing, and now mind you, I was a Luka hater because I hate when they was hyping up the European players like, oh, they're gonna come in and they're gonna be so great because they did it so many times over the years, and it ain't nothing against nobody that's European or anything, but it's like the NBA was always looking for that next great European player.
Mm-hmm.
Luka Doncic is the real deal.
I agree.
So, but I'm saying like even now he's ball. Even if his team doesn't win, it's not on Luka. Luka's getting out work.
I mean, but you do got to consider that his team, he has a good team. So is it? I mean, you can obviously you got to play against another team, and the other team you're playing against is talented. But still, at a certain point, when your team talent level equals the other team you playing against, which I think it does, Cleveland might be a little better. But ultimately, if you that good, if you on that level, then you should be able to take your team to another level, especially in a sport like basketball, where you control a lot. And Luka's the point guard as well. So he holds the ball a lot. He's like the point and shooting guard, kind of like Steph Curry, where he kind of do his thing at the same time, he score and can assist. But if he that good, he should be.
But you gotta think, he's playing against almost, some people call him the two best wing defenders in the league, Paul George and Kawhi, and he's giving these dudes business.
Why Kawhi not sticking him? He should be sticking him the whole game.
Kawhi can't stick Luka.
Yeah, why can't stick?
You know what was funny though? Listen, I became a Luka fan on that one. It was one play today. He went to the basket and it's like his shot got blocked. He grabbed it back. He went to put it back. They defended it. Then he got the joint. He put it in. He was like, ah!
Yeah, I saw him do that. I saw him do that.
You know, I became a fan with he.
I respect Luka, man. Luka's my
he in playoff Paul George head right now.
Playoff, yeah, he is.
Playoff Paul George is whack. He's just whack.
I became a Luka fan when he screamed off on the ball when the ball fell on the ground. The ball Harrell, I think his name is, or something.
Yeah.
Him and Luka ran to each other. Luka was like, "Stop flopping, big man." And he got up and called Luka. He called him a BA white boy or something like that. He actually apologized to him today. But Luka got hard. Luka got hard.
But that's how I knew they was going. That's how I knew they was going to lose that game. When the boy Montreal Harris went over there and started apologizing and politicking with Luka.
Yeah,
oh my goodness. You don't do that.
He should never do that. After the series is over, you talk about it.
That's how you know you in the bull head when he got to come out and start name calling.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But no, look at the real deal. Look at the real. I can't hate on Luka. He next up. He gonna be there. I had to give y'all that.
All right. So we're gonna wind this up.
So Tim, who you going with? I don't think you said who you was going with, did you?
Oh well, right now I want the Clippers and Miami. I like to see that matchup.
All right.
Oh wait, if Ron don't win, I want to see Donovan Mitchell.
They not doing nothing. What are you Donovan Mitchell for what?
I want to see Donovan Mitchell get one. I like Donovan Mitchell.
We in a
What
bubble.
you gonna do is
Anything
you're gonna see Donovan Mitchell lose in the second round. That's what you're gonna
You
see.
might. You just might. Might see Brown lose in the second round too.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this: if the Clippers lose to Dallas, it's a home run for the Lakers going to the chip. There ain't nobody stopping them.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Y'all
Yo, they might fire Doc Rivers, and I would bring him straight to Philadelphia.
Nah, I don't want Doc here.
Why you don't want Doc? You don't want the Doc?
I don't want to retread. Let's get some fresh.
You wouldn't rather have a guarantee versus
guarantee what? Doc Rivers actually has lost a lot, and with teams that's supposed to have been a better team, Doc Rivers actually lost a lot.
Yeah, Chris Paul and all that was losing. He had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin over there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Or was that somebody else?
He got a championship.
Yeah, with Boston.
He been to 2. Got 1, been to 2.
And they would have won that when the Perkins didn't get hurt.
I agree with that.
I mean, listen. All right, yeah, he went there with that team with the big three, like with the first team when they. I mean, the stack squad that made Brian go get on the stack squad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't think Doc is a good coach, but I'm kind of with Ethan with that. Like, I'm not chasing Doc Rivers to come down over here. Like I said, my two dudes will be Stan Van Gundy or Jason Kidd.
What about Aaron?
As of Brown, as of now. But if it's somebody else, if they find somebody like the next Nick Nurse or whatever, the new up and comer, I'm with that.
What about Aaron McKee? Can you get Aaron McKee out of college? Any coach in college or something?
This is first year with Temple. I need more of a
you need
resume. Yeah. Let's get some. Yeah.
But I would like Tim Legler or
Ethan said he didn't want to be trade. That's about as non-trade as you can get.
But not Tim has Would
you say Cheeks back over here?
Huh?
Cheeks was
Cheeks back over here.
No, one in Cheeks
was Cheeks. But Tim has Legler ever coached?
Not professionally.
So what he coached, like rec league?
Yeah, something like that. But his best, I would at least have him as one of my league league assistants or something. I would bring him in.
I ain't mad at him being the assistant, but I ain't making no head coach out of dude that ain't never had no NBA.
Listen, they can go ahead and they could search assistant coaches in the league and see. You know what I mean? That's what they usually pick from, right? Andy Monty Williams was assistant coach. That's how he got a job, right?
Yeah.
Who the boy we got a sideline like a fake Brick Fox? The boy that was holding Brett Brown back then when Brett Brown was acting like he was trying to get all hyped up.
No, I don't want nothing to do with him.
I don't even know, boy. I don't know.
He from Africa, but he used to be
What the heck does that have to do? What's the price of tea in China?
I ain't saying. I'm just saying he used to be on San Antonio's bench at one point.
I don't want no more San Antonio guys over here. I got sour taste in my mouth from Brett Brown.
Why? Listen, hey, Monty was a San Antonio guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not fair to hate on all San Antonio guys because Brett Brown.
I just don't want. I want nothing to do with Brett Brown though. So I just want something new.
You just gotta remember, Brett Brown was on nobody's. He was on nobody's radar to be a head coach.
He really wasn't.
The Sixers had to go get just a random dude. Nobody
No, he was. Remember, they had to woo him. They had to woo him for months. Remember, he didn't want to come at first.
But
you don't remember that?
Wanted to come to do the tank and join.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
You got to refresh.
Yeah, you know it's Ethan.
No, they had to. I'm telling you, they had to woo.
Ethan facts again. Ethan.
They had to woo him. They had to woo him. My sources tell me they had to woo this guy.
Okay.
But Brown really said he didn't maximize Joel Embiid and Al Horford's potential. Oh, I get fired.
I just want to thank y'all because I need this therapy. Because I've been going through it all day, and I was cool because we did our betting. We talked about what this team needed, this, that, and the other. But then Dorsberg opened her mouth, and the boy Tyrone did his tweet, and it ticked me off. I need this.
So, all right. So listen, our season's open. I mean, the basketball season's still popping. We could do some podcasts about basketball. But the Eagles season is about to begin. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
In 2 weeks, we'll be watching real football.
You got 3 Eagles fans and 1 Dallas fan and Tim on the podcast.
We got 4 Eagles fans right here, and a Jalen Hurts fan.
Oh, now it's Jalen Hurts. So you Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott.
are better than Wentz.
Because you're a Wentz hater. You're a Wentz hater.
I'm not a Wentz hater. Wentz got to stay healthy. Just stay healthy.
You're a Wentz
Stay
hater.
healthy.
You're a Wentz hater. Go on record and say you're a Wentz hater.
I'm gonna go on record right now and say that Dak
He can't even get his own thought together.
Dak is gonna have better stats than but maybe not, because right now they're saying that him and D-Jax is balling in camp. He said he's making them look so good.
Who's that?
Like that last year though, till he got hurt.
Who?
DJ got hurt the second game. Was it the first or second game? When
that was
DJ
a
get
stomach
hurt?
issue. He's not gonna have another stomach issue. It's like it's fixed.
Have
gonna hurt
you ever had an abdomen strain?
But he had the surgery.
It's gonna be something else. Trust me.
He old, bro. Like that.
Dak ain't playing a full year.
But he's still fast. And then we got the more y'all doing a whole nother podcast. So we'll do
that. We'll do that.
So we're gonna have a matter of fact, we're gonna do a football preview next week. We'll do a preview for the football season.
Football.
So we done for the basketball playoffs?
Well, we can come back next week and talk something before playoffs.
Oh, all
Want
right.
to come back and do a basketball week recap for the rest of the season,
do
rest of the games?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do some games for next week. We'll meet up next Friday or Saturday.
Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. What they say, like, subscribe.
I know.
Yeah, baby. Listen, y'all get some real talk here. Get on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is where it's at.
All right.
Let's have it.